For years, Americans were told one version of how the Vietnam War was going. Behind the scenes, the truth was more complicated. The Pentagon Papers were a secret Department of Defense study that detailed how U.S. officials had expanded involvement in Vietnam, while publicly presenting the war in a much more reassuring way. When the documents were leaked, the public learned that key facts had been hidden or softened for political reasons. That was a turning point. It showed that official statements and private decisions were not always the same thing. It also showed that major government actions can be built on information the public never sees until much later. The reaction was huge because the papers did not just reveal one mistake. They exposed a pattern of deception, contradiction, and carefully managed messaging. That is why the Pentagon Papers became such a major story. They proved that secrecy was not limited to classified military operations. Sometimes the secrecy was in the gap between what leaders knew and what they told the public. People often assume that if a government is speaking confidently, it must be telling the whole truth. But history says otherwise. The Pentagon Papers remain one of the clearest examples of how documents can shatter a public narrative and force people to rethink what they believed about a war. They also explain why some people become deeply skeptical when officials ask for trust without proof. Because once the public learns that a hidden record existed all along, it is hard to forget that lesson. The truth was not absent, it was just withheld. And that is what made the story so powerful.